I'm going to open to page 15 in the Grab and Go and look at characters and character traits. And this is a literature skill that we're going to look at. Two of the secure things we need to be able to do as fifth graders. We need to use text evidence, and this would be in terms of dialogue, words that they say, thoughts, and actions to infer the traits of a character in a story, drama, or poem. We also need to be able to identify and describe how the characters interact with one another and respond to events and challenges in a story, drama, and poem. And we're describing how a character changes as the plot moves towards the resolution. Now that we're going to read some more complex stories this year, we're going to read stories that will take us longer to read. Our character won't be flat. They won't be the same the entire length of the book or the novel. The characters will have room to grow through the events that are happening. So vocab that we need to know for this: interaction, the action between two people or things. Character traits, it tells you what the character's personality is. And physical traits tell you what you can see about a character. So we are going to, while physical traits will be part of something that you can describe about a character, we're going to look at some of the more important things about them in terms of their character traits, their personality. So here is a very incomplete list of character traits. Things like active, adventurous, ambitious, angry, moving over. Oh goodness, we can't be thoughtful. That should be thoughtful. Oop. Trustworthy, warm, someone being mean or irresponsible. That's a character trait that goes on and on. It's not just saying an unkind thing in one thing. It's not just losing one piece of paper. It's if you lose a piece of paper every single day, then that is irresponsible. To determine what character traits a character has, you need to look at what the character is doing and why they're doing it. Authors do not come out and tell you what traits or qualities they have. They show you through how the character reacts to events. We are going to use Chrysanthemum as our example. So in the story, Chrysanthemum, some of the things that she did in the beginning, she was skipping. So that's an action. Another thing that she did was an action by not doing something, by not responding verbally to the mean girls and not saying much of anything. So that shows something about her, and that's what we're going to get down to. What does that show? And in her thoughts, when she was skipping at the beginning, she thought that her name was perfect. When she was not responding verbally to the mean girls, she wishes that she could change her name. And at the end, she then decides again that her name is perfect. So this is how she changes through the story. Her thoughts change during the story. Some of the dialogue that helps us understand Chrysanthemum as a character. In the beginning, she says, "Hooray, school." But then in the middle, "School is no place for me. My name is too long." So motivation. Why is she saying these things? Why is she doing these things? So if we look up here at the top, all of those things show that she's excited for school. She's skipping. She thinks her name's perfect. She says, "Hooray for school." But then her motivation changes. Why she does things changes throughout the story. She then begins to dread going to school. She would rather stay home where she's loved, where her parents show her all of that love. So in the middle here, not responding verbally to the mean girls, wishes she could change her name, saying school is no place for me, my name is too long. And then dreading going to school. It changes everything. So what does this tell us about Chrysanthemum as a character? Tells us that she's youthful and joyful. In the beginning of the story, she's just full of happiness. But then once she gets to school, it changes her, and it shows that she's shy when she's not responding, that she's not confident, when she's not standing up for herself, that she's hurt, that she'd rather stay at home than be at school with the mean girls, but also that she's polite. When they're saying mean things, that she's not saying mean things back. She is a polite girl. So these are character traits that are part of who she is. And taking these character traits and being able to use it to explain a story, why a story was written, this is a skill that we'll use, being able to use these character traits and pull it into the theme of a story later. It's all important in putting a story together.